Luke, we'll start with you.
Oh.
Okay, first step here for this one, please, is what?
Move the 3 over to the right.
What does it turn into when it comes to the right?
-3.
Good. Good. Who are you passing to?
I don't know. Oh,
No, it's left or right.
that's right.
What are you doing? Joel, I think you passed it to me. Yeah.
Okay,
Cool.
what I?
15 minus 18 minus 3 is 15. Okay, and that was easy. Joel, you get one more. What's the next step to get x by itself?
Then you divide x by 5
Good.
and equals
Good. Cool. What does that equal?
2 up past 2, there's no way.
Phones are backwards. Take your pick.
So you go backwards, then on diagonal?
Okay, that's true. All right. Now this one here is one with fractions. When I walked around today for the homework checks, it was the fractions that were giving people the stress. Okay. Remember, for fractions, we do not like fractions, or at least I don't. So how do you get rid of a fraction? This goes for anybody here. All right, go ahead.
And the lowest common denominator?
Yeah, and then what's the lowest common denominator for this?
Oh.
Okay. Okay, similar than Tori, what am I going to do with the LCD? Yeah, awesome there.
You're going to multiply it by the top number.
Yeah, multiply both sides, multiply everything by 12. Okay. Now I'd like someone brave. It's going to be anybody here. Except for the people who already raised their hands. Somebody new. Chris, what is 2x over 3 times 12? What does that turn into then?
24 over 3.
Yeah,
X.
24x over 3. And I'm just going to take a step backwards to make sure that's good for people. All we do is multiply the numerator by 12. 12 times 2 is 24. Can I get a second volunteer to do the same thing? You're right. Somebody doesn't raise their hand. Somebody new. Multiply this right hand side by 12, please.
12 over 4.
Thank you. Okay. 1 times 12 is just 12 over 4. Now you may say, Mr. Sadler, I don't like this, okay, because they're still fractions. Why am I happy? Thank you, Sahil. Why am I happy? John, I'm picking on you. You're sitting in the back. What's 24x divided by 3 equal to? 8. Right, so 8x.
Mr. Sadler, will we be getting our tests and assignments back?
My wife was actually sick last night, so no. I'll get them back. My next period class is a test, so I'll get them through here very quickly. I apologize. It's been dragging on here for this. Okay. What's 12 over 4? Yeah? Great. All right, Natasha, since you've been sitting at the back so quietly and Spider-Man is in front of you, last chance to solve for x is what?
25. Divided by 8.
Divided by 8. So x is just going to be 3 over 8. Okay, I'm going to take a step back, because I know that was fast, and let the questions pour in. Okay. So what you do is you're always looking for the LCD, or else, if you can't find an LCD instantly, remember yesterday we times it by 24, when the LCD was really 12. It has to be multiplied by all the denominators. That will cancel it out. Okay? On both sides, and then it should be 24. The nice thing was here then, we had no fractions. That's what we were trying to do right on this step, and then we just did our algebra from there. Aiden, how you feeling? Good. Yeah, Joe?
Why wouldn't you divide 2 by 8?
Well, you can if you want to. I just left it in fraction form, right? In decimal form, that should be 0.0375, I think.
Would it be better to...
Yeah, it's always better leaving fraction form. Okay. Unless it's a question it's like how many cows or how much money will Mr. Sadler's class make. I love this question. This is great. How much money will Mr. Sadler's class make on the thing? Then you can change it to like a decimal. If you have the option of either one, leave it as a fraction. You'll never ever be incorrect with a fraction. Okay.
That's pretty close.
But don't guess, so do your yeah. Okay, let's keep going here with 6C, 8C. This is from last night. Before someone's book. This is page 193. Okay, this one looks frightening. It's not frightening at all. Negative p plus 7 equals 0. What do you think is the part that makes it frightening? Yeah, go ahead, Alexandra. The negative p. Okay. What if it's negative p? What's the coefficient in front of the p if there's just a negative there? So we said 1, they're incorrect in this case. It's not 1, it's going to be negative 1, right? So that's like negative 1p plus 7 is what it is, okay? What's the first step in algebra here to solve it for p, please? Yeah, Julie, go ahead.
Do negative, like minus 7 on the other side.
Good, okay. So I'm just going to call that then negative p equals 0 minus 7. I'm just going to call that negative 7. All right, now for the tricky part. Do you want that question or a stretch or a...
Stretch.
Oh, stretch is okay. Now for the tricky part. How do I get rid of the negative? Go ahead.
You cancel out both negatives because there's
Yeah.
2 negatives on both sides.
If you want to do it like this, you can do it like that too. Okay? Either you can just say that they cancel, or you can do it that way. The other thing, if you're curious, the other thing I could have done, that negative p, if I would have brought that to the right, what would that have turned into?
Negative 7.
No, yes, but just if I had negative p, if I just wanted to bring the negative p to the right-hand side, what would that turn into?
0 plus.
0 plus p. So it just would have been p. Right? So p equals 7 would work that way too. We're going to deal with moving the x's, the variables over the equal sign today. That's what we're doing today, but you could have done that in a short form. Yes?
Like, is it right to say, like, is it the correct answer if you say negative p equals negative 7?
No. Because you want to know what p is, right? Like they're saying solve for p. So if you say negative p equals negative 7, that's like a step in between. That's like saying your final answer is 10 over 20, right? That's still like right-ish, right? But you really want to do 1/2. If you do negative p equals negative 7, like, yeah, don't get in the habit of that. Just call it p equals 7. All right, 8c. Okay, this is u over 4 equals negative 8. All right, this is a fraction question. And I want to give a hint of how you can get rid of a divided by 4. Okay, go ahead.
Can you multiply by 4?
Multiplied by 4.
Oh, because it's that's just the opposite.
Right on. Now you can also do it like the LCD thing before, right? Let's say the LCD is 4, so you multiply both sides by 4. So you get 4u over 4 equals negative 32, which just stands for u equals negative 32.
There you go.
You can also think of it as, like we said, the opposite of division is multiplying, so that just comes across. So either one of those work. So again, remember you're thinking always in algebra it's opposites, right? So divided by 4, the opposite divided by 4 is times by 4.
Why would you say 4u?
Oh, because I multiplied both sides by 4, right? You multiplied 4 on the left and 4 on the right. So really, remember there's an invisible 1 there, right? So just 1 minus 4 is 4. And the 4's happen to cancel here, right? So it's just... All right, 14 and 15 apparently though were the tricky ones. Oh yes, the hockey team. I figured with all the hockey players in this classroom, like you guys would like shine on this question. Like Sahil, I figured you would like ace 14. It's a hockey question, right, isn't it? It's a hockey question. It says, oh, it's 15, sorry, I got all excited there, too much. 14 says, your first task as a producer of Canadian Superstar, this book is so old. Looks like it used to be a music show, it's still there. Is to rent a theater for the first event. Details for the two is shown. You have $2,000 in your budget. You would like to begin the competition with as many contests as you can afford. Write an equation for renting Royal James Hall, sign the equation. So letter A says, you have $2,000 and it's $50 per person. Can I get somebody to give me a let statement and make an equation that will deal with that? Alexander, does that have a hand? Go ahead. You guys have done this before. How do you deal with $50 per person? Everyone's done this. Alexander, you want to try?
Like the equation or like
The let and of either one. Yeah, 50x equals 2,000. That's what the equation's going to be. You have to say in here, what is x going to be? Someone other than Alexandra. What is x going to be in this case? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, x is your number of people. Now remember we did this before at the beginning of the year, right? You're just making up statements. Every time you see per person, it's going to be that. Okay, so now we gotta actually solve this equation. Corey, I think we're on to you. We'll just pass Spider-Man down there. If you have 50, x equals 2,000, how do you solve for x?
X equals 2,000 divided by 50.
Very good. Divide by 50, divide by 50. And that is 40, I think, right? Okay, in this case, you cannot just leave x equals 40. Why can I not just say x equals 40 as my final answer? Yeah, Trinity.
It's a word.
It's a word question, right? If you were to say, like, my sister or my brother-in-law is getting married and his fiance is planning a wedding. If she were to say to me, Mr. Sadler, I have $2,000 to spend on my wedding. She has a lot more than that. And it's $50 per person at this hall. If I were to tell her, yeah, no problem, x equals 40. She would probably slap me for saying that, okay, right? So you can't say that. What's a good suitable concluding statement? Josh, what is this beautiful concluding statement for this?
Not sure. Yeah.
Somebody help here. What, just think, what does x mean in English? What does x mean in English? Josh? Number of people, okay? So we just say, therefore, 40 people will fit, or sorry, will fit in Royal James Hall. If my future sister-in-law ever listens to this, please know she would never slap me. She's a very kind individual. I can't believe I'm saying this. Do you guys know what? I'm going to hit pause here and take a break here. So I can actually speak freely.